going on, guys? It is your boy TKD123 here, back in here on Blazing Swords. This is, of course, Road to Rift Apart, the weekly podcast dedicated to any and all things Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, from news, lore, reactions, and upon release, I'll review along with a spoiler cast to end it all off. But with me, of course, my luxury. No, that's the wrong intro. As if you were a Rack Knight, Tajay. What the hell? With me, of course, the homie, Tajay. How you doing, bro?
Yo, it's good. You know, recording's about, I want to say 5 hours off schedule, but that's okay. We're going to get it knocked out anyways.
I mean, I say it's for good reason, bro. I mean, you look clean. You know what I'm saying? You got a lineup.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got a little oil change going on, you know?
Yeah.
I say it was all for the better. You know?
For sure.
I did some laundry at the crib, you know? Hanging out. It was all good. It was all good. But, of course, some housekeeping here. You can catch us over here on youtube.com/Blazing Source, as well as podcast services like Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, etc. via our anchor link in the description. Of course, like the video and or rate the podcast to get seen by more to help us get seen by more viewers so we can grow the PSS family. Down below, you can let us know what you like or dislike about the show and connect with us further on Twitter and Discord in the description. If you're feeling generous, feel free to hit that join button to become a member of the channel with that $1 Prince tier like Tapiwa Musa and Iraq Knight, or our $5 King tier with members like Caleb Kaiser, SideQuest Sean, Stadia Vet Gaming's a new one, and Owen as well. Last week, I forgot to put Owen in the housekeeping doc, so my bad, Owen. You know, give you a little double shout out right here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that.
Shout out my boy Owen.
Yeah, big ups to Owen. Big ups to Owen, of course. And you can check out the stream series throughout the week. If you missed them, they're up on the channel in the playlist section. We're going to hopefully start Resistance 2 this week. I hope I can do that, but definitely we will be starting Metal Gear Solid 4. What's that game called? Guns of the Patriots, I think it's called. Yeah. So definitely excited for that. Metal Gear Solid 3 ended pretty crazy, you know. Do you like Metal Gear Solid, Taj?
Yeah, I played 2 and 4, but that's it. I ain't gonna lie. I only played 2 and 4, and they were both fire, top tier.
Okay.
So I'm sure 3 and 1 are good. I mean, I just haven't played them, you know.
Yeah, I loved 1. 2 was my favorite so far. Like I think 2 is the best one so far. 3.
I think 4 is gonna be your favorite. 4 is gonna be your favorite.
Really?
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, good to hear, because 3, it was like,
4 is fire, bro. 4 has like a million bajillion guns, a million boss fights that are lit. Like,
I'm excited.
The camouflage and stealth, like, it is lit, bro. 4 is lit, man.
Yeah, man. I'm really fortunate that like I'm able to do this entire walkthrough of the whole thing without knowing too many spoilers, like next to nothing. Like I legit knew next to nothing about Metal Gear Solid. So
yeah,
happy that I'm going through it blind, you know what I'm saying? First time playing. But podcast reviews, I know Christian Buckley did one for Save Slot, but you know, podcast reviews, rate us on podcast reviews, much appreciated there. But Tosh, I guess, you know, we haven't been playing a ton just because we've been super busy with our stuff, right? But we've at least both been playing Rogue Company. You got any updated thoughts about Rogue Company on PS5 or anything like that?
It's still fire. I've noticed that, like, obviously the graphics are actually a little bit more detailed on it. Like, if you look at, like, the skins and stuff. But also the frames make a great difference. I just poop on kids even more. I actually carried a team, and you could probably even put the screenshot in the video. I got 65 downs to carry 65 down, 65 executions to win the game, bro. Insane.
Jeez.
Scorcher is the best character in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
that shit, it be flame. You know what I'm saying?
My little brother right now has been heavy on Scorch too, and definitely good rogue.
Also,
no, go ahead.
I'm gonna have 2 platinums for it because I need 6 more percent of the. I need an hour and a half left of the 25 hours playing in the party, and I have 68 out of 100 wins. So once I get that, I'll have 2 platinums: PS4 version, PS5 version. Boom.
Why did I think the Rogue Company game didn't have a plat?
It has an easy plat.
It offers a platinum trophy. Like,
if you get the trophies on the PS5 version, you log on the PS4 version, since it's crossplay, it'll automatically pop them. So like,
oh, that's lit.
You know, I'm getting a double plat right now.
Hey, that double, bro. It's all good, dog. You know what I'm saying?
You know.
I'm
gonna have 83 platinums after that. So
83.
83.
Sheesh, bro. Look, I just don't have the time to go for these platinums, man. Like,
you're just not a true gamer. But
hey,
anyways,
it'd be like
whatever.
that. It'd be like that. Like, the one I want to get really bad is FF7 Remake. Really bad. But I feel like I might wait until PS5 to do it. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm on the last few missions of Outriders. Honestly, not much to say there. It's a good game. It's nothing crazy, nothing exceptional, but you know, great gameplay. It is what it is. Nothing too much to report there. Probably I'll have my full thoughts on Save Slot or Gamescast for Joy Clicks or whatever, something like that. But going straight here into the news, we actually did get a little bit, technically, of some Rift Apart news. Just news that there is news coming. So someone on Twitter, yeah, like nothing too crazy.
I saw that too.
But Patty Sheeper on Twitter says, yeah, it's already so far that it's already so far that I check every day for a new tweet from Insomniac, expecting to release some new gameplay, etc. Maybe tomorrow we will get some new infos because tomorrow is April 11th, so only 2 months are left. SMH, it feels like they will maybe delay the game. Insomniac replies, says, we know you're antsy for some news, and there are plans in place right now for that. You'll be pleased with what we have to share. Just hang tight. So, it's coming in soon. We'll cover it when it gets here. I'm predicting a state of play for Rift Apart. I think that's like the next big thing they do. And they'll show maybe like a different gameplay segment.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to see gameplay of the female Lombax. Honestly.
I think they should just leave that out. I think it'd be nice if they just left it alone, let us play it. I think for that.
Yeah. I mean,
because as a Ratchet Clank fan, me playing Ratchet and Clank like all through, them having like a third character in the mix sounds pretty dope, and that's a playable character, and it's a Lombax. I just want to see that when the game comes out. You know, we can see some. I like to see some Clank gameplay. That'll be cool. But I feel like they should leave the chick out of it.
Leave her out of it.
Yeah.
Leave her out of it.
Yeah, I think it'd be better if she got her to like shine whenever the game comes out.
I feel like marketing wise, I feel like while we don't want to see
Oh yeah, it makes sense.
Them, you know, like I don't want to see the I'm gonna call her Rivet because that's just what I think her name is, right? Like I don't want to see Rivet gameplay, but I feel like they're gonna show us it. I feel like that's what they're gonna do to like really differentiate like the first gameplay showing from the second showing. Just show us like the brand new mechanics that are with her, or maybe just some of them, not all. But I bet that's what they're gonna show next. Like, and I mean, I'd be down for that. You know, let me see that alternate dimension not Metropolis. What is that? What is the main city called in Ratchet and Clank? Help me out. Shit.
Which one? Are you talking about his hometown?
No, where
Metropolis is the main city. It's Metropolis.
Oh, it is called Metropolis.
Yeah.
Okay, bet. Okay, good. Okay, I was like, is it the same name as
his hometown is Velden.
DC?
Velden's is the planet that he grew up on. But like,
yeah.
I said home planet. But the main like city planet is Metropolis.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was thinking like, is it the same name as the DC Metropolis? I'm like, no. Yeah, it is definitely is. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna get news soon. Hang tight, people. I'm chilling. I'm waiting for it. Can't wait to see it. And they'll have the goods soon. But next up here, this is not a Ratchet and Clank topic, but considering that Tajay is here, I gotta pick his brain on this news. You know, like, so we're gonna pivot a little bit away from Ratchet and Clank for just a few minutes, and we're gonna talk about this whole article that came out on Bloomberg last weekend, or last week, like the end of last week. Amongst many things brought up in there about Days Gone 2, about how Sony manages first-party studios, how
before we actually talk about the news, like the main part, which is the TV remake, I want to let you know right now that Jason Schreier, he used The Last of Us remake as the clickbait. Like, he knows that he could I feel like his true reasoning behind the article, the true intention wasn't to reveal that they're making a TV remake. It was to reveal what Sony is doing and try to start hate, because I don't think you've noticed this between like all his articles he drops. Every article that Jason Schreier drops follows up with drama. He has ill intention, and that's why he's always beefing with developers. I've literally spoken I've literally spoken to developers at PlayStation, and they do not like him. A lot of people do not like him because all he does is start drama and tries to like push for like the better of the industry and try to be like positive and whatever, try to preach the positivity, but he does nothing but create like drama and negativity around whatever's going on. That's anytime he ever makes an article, he brings drama to whatever he's talking about. Yeah. And like he will use whatever it is to bring it in for like people to click on it. And then there's always some other shit inside the article where he could like, you know, rowdy people up. Ever since that article dropped, have you like, bro, it's just his intentions are never good. They're not. They're not.
Yeah, what I will say is that like I do think like there's a certain way that he structures his articles that tend to be a little bit spicy, in a way that I can see where you're coming from for sure. Like right. I used to not see that, to be honest, but the more I read more of his written articles and all that, I see it. I still, you know, think that like at the end of the day, like, you know, when he's talking about unions and when he's talking about you know, like issues of crunch, right? And like I know crunch is like a whole entire topic that has to require a lot of nuance to that whole thing, and ultimately, you know, whenever I talk about crunch or whenever, you know, the average gamer talks about crunch, it's hard to talk about it not working at the studio, right? Like I think there's a certain disconnect there, but you know, like I still what's the word I'm looking for? I don't hate the man, but I understand the hate that he gets. You know, from like a personal level, like I just don't necessarily dislike Schreier, right? But I understand where you could have I
and do like not like him.
And hey, I do not blame you. Like I get it. You know, like it is what it is. But aside from that, of course, you know, like there is some spicy shit in this article, you know, involving Ben Studio and all that, which I think it was a total spit in the face from that whole standpoint, from the whole Ben stuff. But one of the big things that was talked about here and that got brought up here was, of course, the Last of Us PS5 remake, right? And I think that you have a different opinion from a lot of people. And honestly, I feel like we're a lot closer in opinion than what it might lead up on, because I think my whole standpoint, like, you know, we did a whole episode this weekend talking about it, but like my quick, you know, thesis statement is that I don't think this is needed. I don't think anybody was asking for a remake, but everyone on the timeline that's saying they're not gonna buy it are fucking capping. Like, you're gonna buy this
1000%,
and you're gonna play it and you're gonna fucking love it.
I just want to say this as well.
Go ahead. Yeah,
like,
go ahead.
I can understand. Nobody asked for this. You're right. Nobody asked for this. I don't even care if we're getting this or not, because I never asked for it. I really don't care if this is even true or not. It's probably most likely true at this point. But like, well, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. It's true. It's true. Okay. Anyways, this is true.
You know, man.
This is true. Okay. But
can I leave this? You know what? We're just gonna take that statement as is, and I'm not gonna ask you any further questions.
I just want to finish what I'm saying.
Yeah,
go ahead. Probably cut that part out. But anyways, it's true. It's true. It's fucking true. Okay. Now look. Here's the thing about this. I don't care for it. Yes, I'm gonna fucking buy it, but I just don't like how people try to like justify them not needing to make it by saying it plays better than 99% of the games I play, is just as good and as well as, bro, that's a PS3 game, bro. I have a PlayStation 5. I don't know about any of you guys who don't got a PlayStation 5 yet. If you don't got a PlayStation 5 right now, you don't want it bad enough, because I'm sorry, it's been a long time. There's no more excuses to not be able to buy a PS5. I don't care what nobody says.
Nah, man, I was trying to get my homeboy one today, bro. It's that hard, dog.
You're not trying hard enough. You should have been had this thing,
bro. I have
these PS5 games are literally putting The Last of Us Part 1 in doo-doo water. It is a great game. It stands on its own, but compared to these games, it does not play better or it holds up to these games. That is a lie. And also, The Last of Us 1, the only good graphics in that game are the cutscenes because they're pre-rendered. The actual gameplay, bro, the textures and the environment graphics look like booty. So I don't know why people keep saying it looks good, because it does not. It just has nice frames per second because 60 frames, and it has a nice resolution, so it's playable. But the graphics fidelity of the game is played out. It's old. It doesn't look good anymore. That's all I'm trying to say. So I'm saying a remake is viable for this. But honestly, if I wanted a remake, bro, I want them to remake something older. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'll take like
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I'll take like a Sly Cooper. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. That would be dope to remake. Or like Resistance. I think Resistance will make a great remake. Plus, dude, PlayStation doesn't really have any first-person shooter like story games, and Resistance actually had a great story, so they could have did that. But that's just that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. No, like I would love for first party to go back into a first-person shooter genre. Like, Killzone wasn't great. Let's reinvent that if you want to do that. I prefer you reinvent or continue Resistance and remaster those old games, because I only played the first one, and that first one is a really good game. Not like really good, like exceptional, but like it's a good game for a PS3 launch game for sure. And like I'm pretty much with you, where it's like those that are saying that The Last of Us holds up. Now, I don't think that The Last of Us is extremely outdated, and that's not what you were saying either. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not extremely outdated.
Like, I'm not saying the game is like bad. Like, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the things that I say on Twitter, if you've read what I say on Twitter, I kind of word it in a way just to like get reactions. Like, I exactly. Like, I'm that guy. Like, I like to just get reactions. That's what I do. Deep down, I really don't care, but like, I like to just to nudge at people a little bit. That's why I kind of like be over exaggerative a little bit, but like the main point stands, just not as harsh. But like, yeah, like
I think what's another thing too is that like The Last of Us itself as a game is so accessible in today's age still. Like, it's not like it's like you cannot play Resistance 1 or 2 on a PS5. It's impossible. You can stream the third game, but that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like the original Ratchet and Clank, you cannot play that on the PS5. Like I think that's a part of it where I see like that side where it's like the Last of Us is so accessible because it has that remaster that came out in 2014, and that's persisted for what we've had for the last few years, right? And of course, on top of it not being that old, so when you bundle that with it, like, hey, Naughty Dog could be working on like other things and stuff like that instead of this. I get that, right? I doubt that The Last of Us remake in support of it, right? Like, I doubt it is gonna take that much development time and like work to remake Last of Us. Maybe I'm wrong on that point. Maybe I'm talking on my ass, but like, I feel like if you have the game already,
no more than a year,
right? No, I could see maybe.
I don't think, because they really don't have to break down that far. I feel like.
Yeah. And I mean, guys, like, look, if you don't think you're not gonna buy The Last of Us remake, play part 2 and look at those flashbacks, and you tell me you wouldn't play that. Like, come on, man.
Bro, I'm pretty sure they'll use most of Part 2's assets to get the game out. That's why I think it'll be pretty quick.
Yeah, that's a very good point, too. Yeah, I mean, like, the environments in Part 2, obviously we're talking about a whole different side of the country, but, there's a similar vibe to the aesthetic of Part 2 that they can use with The Last of Us as well. Yeah, so.
Plus, just the gameplay. Like, they already have, like, a whole new gameplay foundation, like, right there. They won't have to actually make it again and retune. Like, it's already done.
Yeah, and on top of that, the actual gameplay of TLU 1, nobody talks about the actual gameplay of The Last of Us. We talk about factions because that's just a fun mode. But like, nobody is like, oh my god, they peaked in gameplay with the original Last of Us. Like, no.
I ain't gonna lie, I like it, but I don't think I can see what you're saying. Like, I think it's cool. Like, I definitely think it's good gameplay, but it's not like God of War gameplay.
For me, it's lowercase good gameplay. Like, it's good. It's not like it's bad. It's good, But part 2, I loved that gameplay and like how that game felt on the sticks. I feel like those controls,
that game feels unreal,
and the way how fluid part 2 feels. Like, yo, we're gonna get that with part 1. Like, hell yeah, Now, yeah. So I'm all in favor. I'm not like all in favor like I wanted this, because nobody said they wanted this like a week ago. Nobody said that. But if we're gonna get it, I'm not gonna cap and lie and be like, oh, I'm not gonna buy it. Like, get the fuck out. A lot of people are lying about that.
Yeah, a lot of people are lying for sure.
And it's like,
I keep seeing people say, oh, it's gonna be 70, but I don't see this being $70.
I mean, in the article, Sony brought up the prospect of releasing Part 2 and this remake together in a bundled package, which that I think they would do. I think they would have an ultimate The Last of Us collection, or like the Last of Us Definitive Edition, or like whatever they want to call it, where it's hopefully that bundle, but honestly I could see it. Hopefully that bundle isn't the only way that we can access Part 2 on PS5. Hopefully there's
probably do that.
I feel like they would do that too, Taj. And hey, to no surprise, I would fucking buy it. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they'll have the Part 2 upgrade though. They'll probably have the, the 4K 60.
Yeah.
That could be in a patch. That means that they would have to do some type of up-resing on Part 2's graphics some way, a little bit.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because I think on PS4 Pro the game runs at 1400p, and I think on PS4 it's just 1080. So they could easily, I don't know about easily, but
no, I'm saying I think if they're wanting to resell me the game, they have to go in and make the graphics look a little bit better. You know how some remasters, like, they go in and fix textures and stuff. Like, they can go in and add more graphic fidelity. They don't got to restart the whole thing to a remake, but they can definitely like make the graphics look a little bit better. Because I feel like if they don't, you can just release the Part 2 in a patch. You know what I mean? Because it's the same game.
Yeah,
I feel like they gotta like add something. Just something.
I have a theory that I'm still writing a video about. Would you like to know the topic of it? But I want to go too into it. But
honestly, are we talking about Tlu a little bit too long right now? Because I feel like this will probably never stop.
We are. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to say it though. You know what? Let me tell you after the show. Okay. After the show, we can talk about it. But of course, this is not.
Cut you off though. This is your show, so I don't want to.
It's cool. No. But
yeah,
you're right, because I tend to go off the rails. No, you're right. We
we'll be like half an hour into this.
We stay on topic, all right? Of course, the main topic of here, of course, this is not Road to Part 2. This is not Road to Last of Us Remake. This is, of course, Road to Ripped Apart. And one of the key things about Ratchet and Clank is Ratchet himself, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to talk a little bit about, who is Ratchet, right? And, of course, I think Ratchet himself has a strong, tie to the fate and the history of the Lombaxes. Obviously, him being a Lombax himself and everything. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that. And there's some cool, little things here and there that we can touch on and have a good old time, Taj. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why isn't this? I put an image in here that shows a bunch of different colors that Ratchet was when they were in development, and it's not showing up for me. I don't know why. But okay, starting off here, Ratchet was born on Fastoon, right? Specifically, Velden, right? Is it Planet Velden, or is it
Planet Velden?
So then Fastoon, like, is that like the galaxy?
This is the confusing part about, like, okay, so when it comes to his past, it's only really in lore. So like, I couldn't personally tell you the exact like planet his kind comes from. I can't tell you that. I just know a Ratchet.
Actually, I think it's here. Let me see. We'll get to it. But his dad sends him to the Solana Galaxy.
Yes, that's where he's born. Solana Galaxy, and then he's in Velden. Not born, but that's where he grew up.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know what Fastoon is. Sorry. So like I don't know what that is.
Most of the Lombax stuff, like, major big mystery still. That's why I really just want to, like, I think Kraken Time was the most we got in background story about it. But even then, it's still so fucking like vague.
Yeah, no. I love how vague it is, honestly. Like I'm down with it being really, really vague for sure.
You know what I like about it? Because it's very obvious that, like, at first they didn't really have that when they first made the game. They wasn't really like thinking that far ahead, and then they just wrote it in, and it works. And it's like,
yeah.
This is like, it's fire.
Definitely. No, like there was definitely a tonal shift, which, like, I would love to, do episodes in the future about, like, comparing the original 3 games to the PS3 era of the games, and like how, because I think those are very different games, but they're still Ratchet and Clank, they're just different. But of course, Ratchet is a Lombax. One of the big things I want to ask you is, as you probably know, the voice actor in the first game was different than the voice actor that we've had since the second game, and then
all the way through.
Yeah. So the first name was Mickey Kelly, I think, and now it's James Arnold Taylor. James Arnold Taylor, you might know or may not know.
I think they both did a great job. The reason why I like the first one a lot is because, like, I really felt like Ratchet was on some jerk nut shit. You know what I'm talking about? Some really I don't give a fuck shit. But, like, with the new voice, he sounds more like, I'm a hero. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, I do this shit. Like, I'm a hero. Because, like, in the beginning, he's like, first game, he doesn't want to be a hero. So, like, he has that, you know, that voice to him. Then they change his voice, and now he's more like, you know, all good guy, hero. You know what I'm saying? So, I think it fits. I think it flows well.
Yeah.
I feel like if it was like that voice with the second game, I don't know if I don't know. Maybe I'm biased because I did play like a whole bunch more games with the second voice, and I never got to experience the first voice as it with this new Ratchet.
Right.
But like, I don't know. I feel like that second voice just really fits who he is now. Like it shows his growth in a way, kind of, to me.
Yeah, James Arnold Taylor does a great job at Ratchet. Like, I think, and what's crazy, I don't know if you knew this, Tajay, James Arnold Taylor also the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi in a lot of different things. So like it's that in itself shows you like how different he can utilize his voice in like a lot of cool ways. So shout out to him. Big fan of James Arnold Taylor. But yeah, I definitely prefer his voice for Ratchet over the first one. Like the first one,
too. Like the first one's not bad though. It's good. I think it's good. I liked it.
I don't know if maybe it's not bad, but I feel like
it's like raspy and like I don't know.
Do you know what it feels like to me? Like it feels like that voice would be if like Ratchet like let himself go. You know, and like he was like chain smoking every day, you know what I'm saying? Like PBRs out the ass, you know, and just didn't care about anything.
Doing much work anymore, just being at the crib, just like if he were to like have a little fall off for some reason.
True. Yeah. Like so and like I definitely prefer the second one for sure, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. But I did want to grab a little paragraph about like some of the initial thoughts of Ratchet as a character back in 2000, probably 2002 maybe. But this was from IGN. In the original,
but I just kind of daydreamed. You know how like he screams like that?
Yeah,
like, bro. Imagine a grown man making it sound like. How does he do that? Like,
James Arnold Taylor? I don't know.
That's crazy. Like that yell. Crazy. Like imagine looking at him in person, doing Ratchet's like yell when he's falling off a cliff or something. Like
I bet there's videos of him voice acting in the booth as Ratchet. I bet.
That'd be crazy.
I bet there is. Yeah, I mean, like you bring up that scream, bro. Like I don't think I've said this yet on the show, but when I watched Rift Apart the gameplay again after playing through all of the games, you know, like hearing Ratchet and Clank scream as they're going through rifts, you know, I think that's low-key my favorite part of the entire show. Just like knowing that we're gonna go on another fucking adventure with the two homies and things are gonna get crazy. Like I can't wait. You know, I'm so excited, man. So excited. Can't wait.
And the gameplay should be at its peak right now.
Oh hell yeah, bro. Listen, there's like I said first episode, there's no way Rift Apart's bad. There's no shot. I refuse to believe it. There's no way. Impossible. But IGN says back in 2002. It's
gonna be better than Spider-Man, that's for sure.
Damn, bro, you were talking a little. Hey,
bro, Spider-Man's good, but bro, like it doesn't stand on its own because it's Spider-Man. Like I feel like regardless, people are gonna like it. I mean, even though I can't say that because a lot of the Spider-Man games before those are trash. Yeah. But like,
yeah, that's true.
I can't say that. Look, if they can make a good Spider-Man game, they can make a good game of their own. If you can make a good game with someone else's stuff, that whenever EA's been doing trash with it, I mean Activision, not EA, Activision, excuse me. When Activision's been doing really bad with it, they could go back to Ratchet and Clank and do even more fire when they've already been doing fire with it. Like,
yeah, like I get what you mean in terms of like it's a lot easier to make a game on a character in a world that people likely already know and love already.
Right.
You know,
unless you're Activision, then you suck, because they literally dropped so many trash games after Spider-Man 3. They all blow to me. Like I don't like them.
Yeah, like that versus, you know, making a new IP and making people care about Ratchet and Clank. You know,
right.
Like I get where you're saying with that, where it's like, yeah, like it's hard to not like Spider-Man. Like, let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I feel like for the average person, that might be hard to like Ratchet and Clank, but you play the games and you fucking do. Like, you can't help it, you know? So, shout out to that. But I did want to bring this up real quick about, like, how did people first take Ratchet, like, back in the day, you know? So, in the original Ratchet and Clank, reaction to Ratchet's character was lukewarm. IGN, while praising Mikey Kelly's voice acting, criticized his character as bland. GameSpy also criticized what they described as Ratchet's uninteresting aesthetic design and rude, immature, and immoral demeanor.
What?
However, following Going Commando, reaction to Ratchet was much more positive, with IGN noting that he was, quote, no longer an angry, selfish teenage furry. Rather, he was a lot more palatable due to being wiser and more forgiving. Ratchet was later voted as the 16th top character of the 2000 decade by Game Informer readers.
That's weird. I wonder, that dude honestly aged terribly to me.
I read this. I'm like, let me see what Tajay thinks about this. It's like,
bro, that aged horribly. I feel like if they were to go back and look at that, what? Bro, okay, maybe honestly, maybe that was for the better, because if they didn't critique that, we wouldn't have the Ratchet we have today.
That's true, and I definitely prefer Ratchet post Going Commando and onwards. Right.
Yeah, but like the first, I don't know. Maybe since like the original and what starts everything, like I have a deep love for the first game. A lot of Ratchet Clank fans have a deep love for the first game. Like, a lot of us think the first game is it.
I mean,
most people say Going Commando. I ain't gonna lie. Most people say Going Commando, but like, there's also a lot of people who just really likes the original. Like, that is a thing.
Yeah, like I think specifically, like, I kind of get what they're saying with Ratchet's personality, but I think they're kind of going a little bit too far with it. Like, I wouldn't call him necessarily like bland, right? Or necessarily, immature in a way. Like, yeah, like Ratchet and Clank bicker in the first game, but I feel like that's a good thing.
I like their
same.
Bicker was kind of fun. I don't know. I enjoyed it personally.
Yeah. Like, I didn't love the first Ratchet, but I accepted it, I guess. Like I didn't think it was that bad, to be honest. But of course, the voice behind Ratchet, James Arnold Taylor became the voice, and he had these things to say. Quote, he was the voice of Ratchet originally, and then they decided to change the direction, as it happens with characters sometimes. They were looking for something a little different. So I went out to Insomniac in Burbank. They had just built a studio, and there were a few people from Insomniac there. They just had me read through. What they were looking for was just variations in the lines, trying to find the character. They had a sense that the game was going to go for more than just these two games. They knew after the success of the first game, okay, we want to take this farther. So they were thinking in the long term for the voice.
They did take it far, bro.
Yeah.
Took it very far.
Definitely. And like, I wonder how much of that direction change was because of the critiques, or because of just what they wanted to craft Ratchet as. You know what I'm saying?
I think due to the fact that like the game was a success, probably their best at the time, right?
Yeah.
Then they did have those critiques. They were like, okay, we already had this much success, and there was all this like criticism. What if we act off the criticism, and then boom, they'll love it even more?
Yeah.
It's like, it makes sense.
Because spoilers, next week's episode is gonna be Clank, and Clank, I feel like they perfected in the first game.
Clank is fire.
Yeah, like I feel like there's very little change throughout Clank in the series, and that's for the better. Like, he's so good in the first game,
and they made him so much, even like he was always meaningful, but they made him even like such a stronger, supportive character in the future saga.
Oh, trust tomorrow, dude. Next week we talk about the Zony and all that, because the Zony stuff blew me away. And like, I really loved the like Zony backlore and all that. But I did not know this. James Arnold Taylor and David Kay, the voice of Clank, did not meet Tajay until the 4th Ratchet and Clank game.
They never met each other?
They never met each other. they just did work separately from Insomniac, and that is wild to me because when they
the chemistry between the characters,
that's what I'm saying.
Like, that is crazy.
Like, how do you build that chemistry? I mean, like, you know, like it's not that we've never met.
And you have to record like that. That just makes that means they're great actors. Because imagine the person who has to record their line first, right? Because like the second person could feed off of the energy off of them listening to the recording and going back. But imagine being the person where you're recording your lines and there's nothing to respond to. You got to really be in your character to like, because you don't have anything to feed off of.
Yeah.
So imagine like you gave me a script and I see two characters. I'm speaking one character, but I have the other character's voice aren't recorded, so I just record my own lines. I have nothing to go off of.
Right, like
but whenever you get the script, you have my lines to feed off of, which means that's just crazy. Because like even then, his lines will have to be top tier for you to be able to feed off even greater. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's talent.
That's a super good point. Yeah, and like I bet you're.
I never knew that.
Yeah, no, like I bet you're right too in terms of like, you know, I mean maybe they were playing like Clank's lines, let's say that Clank recorded them first and then, you know, Ratchet had to go off of what he said. Like I wonder if they were able to listen to those lines or maybe sometimes just like it was just hey
go free
just
ball?
Like yeah, or just hey just read your side and just have fun, right? Like I like wonder what was that process like for sure. And it's crazy that they haven't met since the 4th game. That's just wild to me. You know, but I wonder by 4th game, do you think they mean Deadlocked? Is that what came after?
Yeah, Deadlocked is the 4th game.
Okay, so Deadlocked they met. Damn.
The game that you should have played, but you know.
Oh man, you know what I'm saying, man. You know, I'm booked and busy.
You skipped a main line title, man.
Hey, you know, we watched it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's all good.
The like battle arena shit. You know what I'm saying?
That game's like action packed as hell, bro. It's like
the game is a good story. It's a good's a stretch, but like it's a memorable story.
I will say it's not anything like super crazy. They just like get. It's like I just like the plot behind it. Like this battle, they're capturing heroes from different galaxies and making them fight to the death, and they come and get Ratchet and Clank, and it's like I don't know. I think it's a cool plot. It's not like anything like super progressive for the game, but it's like shows you that they could go through other things instead of like planet to planet life saving.
It
puts the heroes at stake in a stake a bit more because they're like captured and can't leave. Like they're literally being held against their will, and they have no chance of leaving, or they're gonna have their necks blown off from the thing. So it's like I don't know. I think it's cool.
It is kind of dark. I thought that too. I'm like, damn,
that game is very dark, bro.
To fucking put these necklaces that were gonna blow up, like what the fuck, like dude,
being held against each other, and then they're like, and they're taking heroes. They're already famous, right? Making them fight against each other, but as they're fighting against each other to stay alive, they're growing more fame and greed, and they just get like stuck and twisted into it to the fact that like. Not even like really a hero anymore. They like lose themselves to like the game, and it's just crazy. That's why like it gets pretty deep, bro. It gets pretty deep in that
Definitely.
game. But it's just within that plot. It doesn't like stand for the entire series.
Yeah.
Like they have callbacks to it. I think they've had a callback or two to it at least. But
I feel like I saw something in the museum level in Into the Nexus. I feel like I saw something there that was connected to Deadlocked. Maybe not. I don't know. But like I feel like I saw like a character that looked like they were from Deadlocked. But
you know, before next week, I'm gonna go through and refresh play.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna refresh play.
Hell yeah, bro.
So like I can remember environment. Like so like any callbacks I could like talk about if I find one.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
But of course, you know, Ratchet's design had a lot of iterations throughout the years. How do you feel about this color palette that I found that is a real asset from development of different color palettes that they were working on? I mean, we see that purple. That's our new Lombax.
I'm glad they didn't go with that stuff, man. I'm glad they didn't go with that stuff.
Yeah. But I feel like this purple
I bet this
one
is so hard to choose with that. Imagine the dev. You have to choose which one's the best. Like, you know how hard that'd be?
Yeah. Like,
bro, like we struggle picking a font for the show. Imagine picking between what is that? 12. What that's 10 color palettes.
Like, how do you pick the right Ratchet? That's a very good point. like, how do you pick the right design? You know?
They also went through a lot of different drawings of how he should look as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't put it in here, but
what's your favorite Ratchet and Clank model? Because they're like, I feel like 1 through 4 have their own model, and then there's like the future model. But the thing about the future model, the first, I think Quest for Booty and Tools of Destruction are the same one, while Crack in Time is different. And then they also have like the new one, which is like the remake model that they kind of used inside the. Actually, now they changed this model again a little bit for the for Rift Apart, like, or they also have the All for One model. Like they have like, bro, a whole bunch of like models for Ratchet and Clank. What's your favorite one?
That's a very cool. I'm trying to find good ones. Let me see real quick. I mean, off of knee jerk, I like the Rift Apart one a lot. I know he looks a little bit different, but I do like it. But I think I'm gonna end up somewhere in like the future trilogy. I think I like the PS3 looking Ratchet, which admittedly is
even
similar.
Into the Nexus looks even different. Like I don't know, they're all different, bro. Like they changed for Into the Nexus as well. Like
definitely.
The worst one is All for One, bro. I'm sorry, that is the worst one.
Which one's All for One? I will say it's really cool to like look and see how Ratchet has evolved with the consoles. You know. Oh, ew, no.
Yeah, All for One is the worst one, bro.
This one ain't it. Nah, this one ain't it. No, I like
A Crack in Time might be the best one. It's either A Crack in Time or the original.
Facts.
It's between those two. The Crack in Time and the original are the best. I got to see the Rift Apart in like gameplay still. I've seen like what he looks like. I like it, but I want to see how he looks in like whenever, you know.
Yeah, like
drops.
in game.
We can see a lot more
cutscenes,
like expressions and stuff.
Yeah, I actually don't love the first character model, to be honest.
I think the first one, he does a great job at looking angry. I feel like the new one doesn't do as good at looking angry as he does in the originals. He hasn't got that like stank bitch face he could do.
And I mean, on the cover of the Ratchet and Clank collection, I think this is the still that they use for Up Your Arsenal, I think.
Yeah,
like,
that is.
that's a perfect example of that.
Yeah, like that anger. Yeah, he could pull it off. Like his new character, he has one definitely, but it's not as good. I think it's not as like it is. But like they don't use it very much. Like he looks, he does like a better sad look, I think, in the new one than a angry look. Like his sad look is great.
The full frontal assault Ratchet, I hate that motherfucker. He can leave. Yeah. So I think to answer your question, I really like the way Rift Apart looks so far. We'll have to see him in gameplay. You're right.
It does look really good. I like his teeth in Rift Apart. I feel like the furs around his cheeks.
It looks so good.
Yeah, I think I don't know how to explain it. I feel like it's more like it looks rougher. Like if you look at his teeth, like his fangs, I feel like they're like more defined than they've ever. And actually, he's never had fangs before. He's never had fangs before until Rift Apart.
Interesting.
That looks nice. Like I like that.
Ratchet's a cool looking design. Yeah, like He's
Rift
a really
Apart,
cool
he looks more mature. I like it. He looks more like the fur in his cheeks kind of comes out like, you know, you when like a dog gets angry, their fur sticks up. Like he has that. Like he has that stick up fur look going. He has the fangs. Like I like that. Like Rift Apart might end up being the best one, really, because it kind of pulls off like I feel like he can get an angrier, rougher look from like the first game.
Yeah,
this one for sure.
Yeah, like
he also could definitely pull off the sad like look too. Like,
yeah, and we haven't even brought up like Ratchet and Clank 2016. There's something about that model, Taj, that doesn't work.
It's off. It's off.
Something's wrong.
I like it, but it's off at the same time.
Something's wrong with it. Yeah, you're right. Like there's something.
They even had another one they never used. It was for the movie. They never used it though. I'll send you a link to it in the chat.
Oh, definitely. I mean, like I would say, like in the little clips that I've seen of the movie, I haven't watched the movie, but the little clips that are in the actual game, like I don't even like the movie model that much.
I think the movie model looks good, but like the OG movie model when they first announced the movie before it came out years later, bro, like I hated it. I hated it, bro.
Oh, it just sent the. I think I know which one you're talking about.
It's the one. It looks off from all of them. I'll not explain it though.
Yeah, I see which one you're talking about. Yeah.
Although I'm not gonna lie, this remake screenshot right here that I'm about to put in the chat, they pulled off a pretty good mean look for Ratchet right here. They did it pretty well right here. See, he definitely has it. Never mind. He could definitely do an angry face.
You know what?
He still looks softer though. Do you know what I mean?
I know what. Yeah. I know what it is. I think his in-game model looks good. I think the movie model, I feel like his ears are too big, bro. Am I capping?
You think his ears are too big?
Like,
but Ratchet has big ears. Like,
nah. Look, bro. Like, I don't know how to say it. Like, no. Here. Look. I'm saying it right now. Look, I'm talking about like this specific. Oh my god, it won't let me download this shit. Here, let me see. Like this specific model right here, in the poster for Ratchet and Clank 2016. I feel like his ears look a little bit too long here, bro. Am I capping?
Bro, you're capping. His ears look
Am
beautiful.
I?
He looks beautiful, bro. I love this picture. I'm not.
I don't. No, I mean it's legit. It's fire. I think that I just think that the ears are a little bit too long.
He has
Maybe I'm wrong.
Ears. That's just
I'm
how
probably
Ratchet
wrong.
Is.
Yeah. I don't know.
He has huge ears.
Like I feel like them shits look like my nose. You know what I'm saying? Like a little bit too big. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, yo, what? Yo.
Oh man.
Yo, look at this picture. Look at this picture. Hold on. I got you. Hold on. One sec.
I love that this is just an audio podcast, so we're just pressing pictures back and forth. Oh man.
Facts. Here's this picture. This is the last picture I'm gonna send, I promise. If I can find it. Look at these ears right here.
Hope people enjoy.
They just got big ears, bro. Look at Alistair, bro.
No, but I feel like Ratchet's ears Clank's Ratchet's ears.
They do stick up further a little bit, I think.
They look shorter here.
They definitely extended up a bit right there in that picture.
Yeah, like ever so slightly, like a little bit too long. You know what I'm saying? Again,
do you like Alistair's color, like skin color, like the gray and the red? Do you like the white and red?
I mean that's a great thing to bring up because like
the diversity of the Lombax race. Imagine how diverse.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I mean, we have this purple Lombax, you know, Rivet. We have Alistair here with this like silver and red type thing. Like, I think it really shows that like there are different fur types.
Yeah. Ratchet still he definitely has the best genetics that we've seen so
big
far.
facts, bro.
Bro, his color palette is fire, bro.
It's fuego.
Yeah.
It's fuego. Yeah, like Alistair's, I don't hate it. I just always saw it as like different, but like I don't hate it. You know, like
I'm glad they made it different though, because it just makes things a bit more interesting.
Wait, what'd you say?
I think it makes the only thing that's confusing to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Does the female Lombax have a tail? And she does. This is what's confusing. Angeline, what was her name?
Angela Cross.
Angela Cross does
over
not
in the
have a
dock.
tail. She doesn't have a tail.
Actually, I have.
Which led me to think that female Lombaxes don't have tails.
That is a thing that I was.
But maybe I could be wrong.
Hold on, female Lombax.
But also with the push of like inclusivity right now, I feel like it's possible that they could make this character. I'm not saying they're gonna do it, and I just think it's a possibility that it could be like this character is transgender.
Yeah, I have heard that. Yeah, that was a big thing about the tail. Yeah, which I'm looking at the screenshot again. Yeah, she definitely has a tail. Like big facts. Yeah. So that would be.
Then again, they did right when they wrote. The second game that was a long time ago. Things of what they had in their head, what could have been the Lombax race has changed. But I'm just saying, if it's like if that is what they're thinking, maybe that's a possibility. But then again, it's been so long, we can't even say that's how the Lombaxes are, just because like 2005 versus 2021. I mean, it's a very the game wasn't as established with the Lombax stuff yet, so.
Yeah. Let me hit you with this. Let me hit you with this real quick about Angela Cross, right? Prior to A Crack in Time, debate existed amongst fans as to whether or not Angela was a Lombax based on having no tail, on Ratchet being referred to as the last Lombax in Tools of Destruction, and on the lack of clarity as to Angela's race. Her race was then confirmed in a space radio segment in A Crack in Time. Writer TJ Fixman reiterated at the Ratchet & Clank 10th anniversary panel that she is in fact a Lombax. So she's a Lombax. Like Class A confirmed.
I wonder if she's dead. She
has
to be dead.
I think she did. Yeah, I think in that radio they say her fate.
It's not fair, bro.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's dead. But I mean, I'm glad that we talked about those 4 Lombaxes because like definitely we have the 4 right now. I hope that again, this could be like a huge topic that I don't want to get into too much right now. But like I would love if like a subplot in this game is Ratchet wanting to find the Lombaxes. And like he does.
It better be. Like even though he probably gave it up, like he probably gave it up. I feel like he.
I don't know if he gave it up. I don't know.
I hope he didn't give it up. But like
Same.
I feel like it's a possibility that like he could have given it up.
Because
but I don't think he gave it up.
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't think he gave it up. But they could always try to like. I'm gonna hear you.
Because like here's what they're gonna do, bro. He still has that compass that Alistair gave him, right? So like maybe sometimes he'd just be staring at his dad.
Clank kept that machine even though he was trying to leave it. You know what I'm talking about?
Wait, what happened?
At the very end of Into the Nexus, Clank still took the Riften. What was it? Riftenator? What was it called?
Dimensionator.
Dimensionator. Yeah, I was gonna say Riftenator. Like what? The Dimensionator. Yeah, he still kept it. So like Clank obviously still wants to help him get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, and I mean, Clank told the person that became the keeper of the clock, whatever his name was, that hey, I'm
talking about the nerd robot guy.
Yeah, the like red robot guy. Yeah, like I forgot his name, but Clank told him, hey yo, you watch the clock, type beat. I'm going to help Ratchet find his family, and then I'll leave him. Yeah. Which is sad as fuck, but. I just hope Clank never leaves Ratchet, man. Like I couldn't even stand to have that happen, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I think the last thing that we could primarily cover is the history of the Lombax, right? Because like I think it's really cool that we have these 2, Ratchet and Clank, right? And a big part of Clank and his past is the Zony and like who he's fated to be. In the same vein, like Ratchet has his whole history of the Lombaxes right behind him, and it's so close to Ratchet because his father was directly in that, and we have Alistair as well, you know what I'm saying? So I think there's some really cool stuff to talk about Lombaxes as a whole, like just as a species, because I think they're really cool, So Lombaxes, originated on planet Fastoon. Oh, so it's a planet. So Fastoon, home world. Okay, that actually makes sense.
Yeah, the way that Ratchet Clank works, there's the galaxies and there's planets, but they don't ever they don't say like cities and it's just a planet. You know what I mean? Like, they don't ever break down deeper than planet names.
Right.
They have galaxies, sectors, planets. So like in the galaxy, then you're in a certain sector of the galaxy, then you have the planet. Right. Inside that sector.
Yeah.
And they also have moons. They have moons too.
But
my bad, I'm a nerd. I love Ratchet Clank.
What happened?
I'm sorry, I'm a nerd. I just like Ratchet Clank.
Nah, man, yo, talk that talk, King. Talk that talk. Talk that talk. You know what I'm saying? They originated on planet Fastoon in the Polaris galaxy, and I think it's really cool that they were regarded as like technologically savvy and great warriors and all that. And like they made
great warriors. It just makes sense to why Ratchet is like he's a natural, bro. He's a natural.
Yeah, like it. I love that. Like it gives an in-universe reasoning as to why he's so good at combat and why he's so good at like using all these weapons and everything.
And then even in Going Commando, he even went through like extensive training, like in Going Commando. At the very beginning, they put him through training.
Oh yeah. Huh.
So he was already a natural, already great, and then he just got the training, got the new armor. Like,
yeah.
Hey, man. And then also like, and then the third game, whenever he joined the Galactic Rangers, or at the time it was called the Q Force. At that point in time, the Galactic Rangers were the Q Force. So the Q Force, they also had a training thing on their ship. They had a training room on the ship that you could use as well. So like, even though he's a natural born, like, he just fire, he still also could go through training and stuff.
Do we know how old Ratchet was in the original game?
I mean, you have to look that up. I don't know, but I know Ratchet's old, like very old, bro.
Like
Ratchet's
very
old.
Like
Ratchet's old.
Like, I mean, maybe Lombax is
overall
aged differently, right? But like, is he like, you know, in Lombax terms, generally speaking, like late 20s, like early 30s? Like, I'm curious.
Actually, wait, no, I'm tripping. Ratchet is young.
I know, like he youngin, but like, is he like X thousands and X hundreds of like X hundred of years
I
old?
I want to see how old he
you know?
is for sure. Let me check this.
Definitely. But of
I
course,
feel like he's either very young or very old, like super young years or super old years, but like young for his species.
right. I mean,
But-
Alistair old as hell, like facts. Like he like an old
sure.
dude. Yeah, for sure.
Old.
But of course, like Ratchet and Alistair, you know, fast ships they created, powerful weapons, all that good stuff, and they developed technology like hover boots and omni wrenches and all that good stuff. So
There's so many different like ages they give. This is confusing.
here, while you keep looking that up, I'm gonna read a little bit more into the backstory of the Lombax history, if that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I bet. They were revered as heroes after defeating the Kragmites in the Great War by banishing all of the Kragmites to another dimension using the Dimensionator. So that was like the main push, and like that was like one of the main threads of which game was that? I think it. Oh, Crack in Time, right? All right. Did you find
Ratchet and Crack in Time was 21 Earth years, 4.5 Lombax years.
21?
He was 21 Earth years, 4.5 Lombax years in Crack in Time.
Oh.
So he's young.
Yeah, so he's like in his prime right now still. All right, then. Okay.
Alistair, they don't have his age.
He was 21 in Earth years and 4 in Lombax years.
4.5 Lombax, I think.
4.5, excuse me. Interesting. Okay. That was some info that I really am glad you found about Ratchet. Because I definitely wanted to know. You know
Which
what I'm
means
saying?
he had to been, dude, such a youngin.
Yeah, bro. Because I mean, there's a time jump in between the OG trilogy and the future trilogy. I'm not sure how long that was, but or like maybe the original trilogy doesn't take that long, like apart from each other. It could also be that too, where like I'm
Clank
thinking
was
that.
born in the streets, bro. This dude is, bro. The thing about Clank, we literally saw Clank be born, bro. He's
Oh
only
no,
7.
facts. Yeah.
Like that's
yeah,
crazy.
literally, he like popped up like, "Hey, yo, what's good?" Yeah. Clank. I mean, Ratchet. You know, he was doing what you would imagine a Lombax would do. Of course, he was a mechanic. He's good with tools. He's good with technology. You know, like it makes sense where we found Ratchet in the first game, and I just think that's really cool. You know what I'm saying?
Dude built his own ship, and the only thing that he just needed like a starter thing, like, and Clank had it in his like
Fire.
his AI and his thing. So
Fire. I do want to talk a little bit. I think to pretty much like start wrapping up this conversation, definitely, is the fate of the Lombaxes. You know what I'm saying? Which this is primarily in Crack in Time, but I'm gonna kind of just speed through, just kind of read this a little bit. So after the Great War, where the Lombaxes were able to defeat the Kragmites and banish them to another dimension, years later, the Lombaxes found a Kragmite egg in their Trillium mines. Taking pity on the egg, they raised the Kragmite, Percival Tachyon, as one of their own on Fastoon. Tachyon grew up to be an inventor who proposed many ideas for technology for the Lombaxes to adopt light years beyond what they were using, including the blueprints for weapons that would be present in his own Dwarfied, I think it's how you say it, Dwarfied? Yeah. Dwarfied armies later. Most Lombaxes, including Caden, were skeptical of Tachyon's ideas and motives, but Alistair Azimuth trusted him, reasoning that Polaris was still a dangerous place, that they would need help that his inventions could provide, and granted him full access to Lombax technology. However, Tachyon, after learning about his true origins, betrayed the Lombaxes and built his own empire. And then this is where we get to the real drama, where the Lombaxes fought and lost against Tachyon's droid army, eventually being driven back to Fastoon. Within the court of Azimuth, they use the Dimensionator to flee to their own dimension. So the Lombaxes used the Dimensionator to flee. Alistair Azimuth was exiled for his failures, while Caden stayed behind with his son to guard the Dimensionator. Caden then sent Ratchet to the Solona Galaxy. Yeah, Galaxy. Through Tachyon. Though Tachyon eventually caught up and killed Caden. Which Caden was Ratchet's father. If that, I don't think it said that here, but Caden was Ratchet's father. So that's pretty much where we leave off on the race of the Lombaxes. Presumably they're still out there. I wonder what they're gonna like say or show what they've been doing all this time. Like maybe they were trying to build their own Dimensionator to get back to this main core home where they were at originally. Like, I think this, bro, do you think we could see Caden? Oh wait, no, he fucking died. I'm stupid as fuck.
I was like,
yeah,
they would have to go back in time.
Hey, I mean,
they already tried, but found out they couldn't do, or destroy time.
We have done. Oh my god! Also, a big thing that I forgot to put on here: Ratchet dies at some point. That was crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I like it was like it was not meant to reverse or move time, only like to keep time. I'm like, yo, it's fire!
It's fire, man.
Like,
it's fire.
bro.
It's fire.
Yeah,
it's fire,
bro.
Cracking time is
handle
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cracking time is great. Cracking time is amazing.
And they're like, if you ever go back in time, it only could be like a dire situation. It only could be a short amount of time. And Clank took the risk to do it to save Ratchet, which is crazy. Intense.
Look, I'm gonna keep it honest, bro. I did not think that they were gonna do that. Like, I was like, oh shit, this man Ratchet really died, head ass. Like, for real. Crazy. And Alistair did it? Alistair killed his best friend's son?
Crazy, right?
Tragic, man. Tragic.
He was that desperate to go back, bro.
Which,
bro, can you blame him? Like,
yeah, that's what
bro,
I want to.
He's been living as a failure.
That's what I want to say too. Like, at the end of the day, like, he trusted Tachyon with helping out the Lombax race, and then Tachyon, pulled up and got his pseudo revenge, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Then then, think about it. Think about this.
So,
all your people, your race, everybody you know and love, your whole species, all get wiped out, and the last thing you got to remember them by is them exiling you, pretty much. Like, that's no way to go out, bro.
Yeah.
A man should not live like that. That is horrible.
It's
he has a long life ahead of him.
Yeah, I mean, if Ratchet's 21, he got a long life for sure. For sure. Like,
definitely.
And
think
it's
about
like,
it. He has to be at least, like, who knows how old he was whenever that stuff went down, but that was 21 years ago.
Yeah.
Or 4.5 Lombax years, 21 Earth years ago. Like,
dude, that means Lombaxes be like at least hundreds of years, right?
Gotta be. In our time, they gotta be hundreds.
If you're 21 when you're 4, let's just do some math. Why not? You know what I'm saying? So let's do some math here. So 21 divided by 4. So it's 5. So it's about 5.25 human years for one Lombax year. So they age 5 times slower than humans, right?
They're better. They're just the greatest. The survival of the fittest. You know what I'm saying? Like, the food chain, they're just up there.
Yeah, so then that has to mean, like, bro, like, by the time, like, a Lombax is, like, 70 Lombax years, he's probably, like, 350 years old in, like, human years. Yeah, about 5. I mean, more than that with the 0.25. Like, that's going to up to, like, closer to, like, 400. That's crazy. That is wild. So then, oh, dude. Damn, I wish we knew.
This is another reason why I feel like the Ratchet and Clank movie did wrong, because Lombax are supposed to be like these warrior race, and then Ratchet, like in the movie, he went through this phase where he did not know how to fight, and they have to teach him how to fight. Like, we're not gonna talk about that. Just whatever.
Yeah, like, like I was gonna say like, okay, I guess Ratchet being trained in like the second game and the third game a little bit, you know, maybe it was like to fight in their specific way, and like maybe it's
I'm even saying in the remake movie they made him a wimp. Like he literally didn't know how to use his weapons, bro. Like he was like blowing himself up and stuff. Like they were literally, he was in the training room. They're trying to teach him how to do things. He was failing. Like I just hate how they did him like that. I really don't like how, yeah. I hear that.
And then like I guess maybe to like play devil's advocate on that whole point, right? Like for example, I'm half Dominican, right? So on paper, I should know how to play baseball, right?
Yeah.
But I don't. You know what I'm saying? So like maybe it's like in a similar vein of like, hey, Ratchet when like he was younger, you know, like it's in his blood.
Like
right?
they could have been going. Like, I guess in a way they could it still works technically. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, like it still works, but I definitely feel you on that. Like I like the Ratchet that we see him in the first game. He's a mechanic. He knows the way around tools and weapons. Like he has learned that himself. And I just find that a little bit better than like making him this like, you know, uncapable character in the movies, you know, or in 2016. You know what I'm saying? That definitely feel you on that. You got any favorite Ratchet moments, Tajay? You know, just to pick your brain.
Favorite Ratchet moment? Oh my God, there's so much. Dang, I wish I got to think of this before. I'm on the spot. My favorite Ratchet moment, probably, honestly.
I have one if you want me to go. Because I definitely have one.
You go first.
Mine is at the very end of Tools of Destruction when the Zoni take Clank and he's freaking
out.
He's bugging. And we're bugging too. Because like, bro, what do you mean? Where did Clank go? Why did they take him? Are they bad? Are they good? You know? And then, dude, I loved the way they portrayed Ratchet and like that emotion of like Clank just disappearing.
And whenever he's been with them forever.
Yeah, I fucking love that. Also, I'm with you. I love when they bicker and fight in the early games. I think that's some really cool stuff.
One of the best Ratchet moments is in Up Your Arsenal. Whenever like the you know like the Britney Spears spinoff.
Yeah. Oh, what was her name?
Courtney Gears or
Courtney Gears.
Was it Courtney Gears?
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
I'm gonna
like
double check.
But after
sure
he watches the music video, he's like the he does like the titties in his hands and like bends over. You know what I'm talking about? I really like that moment. I think it's funny.
Yes,
I think it's funny.
It is. It is Courtney Gears to be specific. Yeah.
Yeah. Another one is what's another good moment? Like I like the funny moments of Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet has funny lines. Yeah.
What's another like good one? I'm trying to think.
I feel like he does so many like low key like sexual like innuendos here and there.
I like he's like, look, plumber's crack. What? I said, oh look, the plumber's back or something like that, kind of like that. It's like little ones like that. Yeah. You
can tell that like he's got a sense of humor. Like he's quick witted in that way for sure. You know. I'm trying to think of also like I appreciate Ratchet understanding Alistair's perspective in A Crack in Time, you know? Like I like appreciate that like he understands like, hey, obviously he's a Lombax, right? But like he understands like how much this fuck up like means to Alistair and really wants to help him figure it out, you know? But you know, it shows all that like at the end of the day, as much as like Ratchet would love to be with his people again, you know, like what it would have cost, he just wasn't. He just couldn't do that, you know. So I like that they were able to show him struggle with that, but in a very baked in way that wasn't like in your face, you know.
Yeah.
Personally, yeah, I definitely like that too. Yeah.
Right.
But honestly, at this point, I mean, it's hard to think of things that you don't like about Ratchet, you know. So I guess like if there's anything else you gotta say about the homie Ratchet, you know, I think we pretty much covered our bases here on like the background of Ratchet.
I like whenever he's looking. Another great Ratchet moment is whenever he's getting inside the ship, leaving Clank at the clock, right? And he gives him, you know, he gives him the hug and leaves. I like when he gets inside like his ship, and like he has like that look on his face, like as like she as what was that guy's name who was the clock holder before Clank? I forgot his name.
Oh, the
Corby?
like
Yes,
Clank's father type thing.
Yeah, it was something Eus or something like that. What was it?
Ah, shit. I can look at that real quick. But like, yeah, like the Clank's father. Yeah.
Was it Corvius? It was some Eus or something like that. I forget.
Orvis.
Orvis. Okay,
Orvis.
it was Orvis. Orvis when he's giving like the speech, and like you can see like he's like going to the ship, and he gets in the ship, and like as he's doing the speech or whatever, Clank is like running back to him, and like you know how he's like looking like kind of down about what's going on. He's about to leave, and he's closing the door, and then Clank hops in last second, and he like looks, and then like he does like that he has like that look on his face, like okay, like we back in this shit, like bet. Before he leaves, like that's a good.
Dude, they do that look in the trailer for Ripped Apart when Ratchet looks back at Clank for a little bit, you know, as they're about to fucking start shooting homies up. Bro, I love that.
Whenever the screen like pans around right there.
Yeah, it's actually in our intro. It's right before the beat drops in our
right.
Intro. Yeah. Like and like right there, like it speaks 1,000 words in one stare. Like how close Ratchet and Clank are. Exactly. Yeah. It's great, man.
But honestly,
like,
I think they're closer. I'm gonna be Rucci, bro.
Oh shit.
You might call me crazy. I'm sorry.
Nah, man.
Ratchet and Clank's relationship means more to me than Joel and Ellie's.
Damn.
I thought that Rucci, bro.
I thought you were gonna hold up. I thought that you were gonna say that Ratchet and Clank are closer than Joel and Ellie, and I could definitely see
they
that.
are.
Yeah,
but I think
sure.
their relationship means more to me personally. I think it means more to me.
I just think it. Yeah. No, I hear that. I think for me, it's like a different relationship entirely, right? Like I think it's a different dynamic of like, you know.
Yeah, it is different.
I mean, like I assume you have a best.
They're
friend.
They're like best homies.
Exactly.
Ellie, like
exactly.
I can't relate to that father daughter. I can't relate.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
That best like that like my mother, like my dude, my guy, my homie. Like I can feel that.
Yeah, like my blood brother, who's not my actual brother. You know, he's a brother to me, just not by blood. Yazan,
Right.
like that's my best friend, like forever. You know, and like I know you have one like that as well, right?
For sure.
Yeah, so like I think from that standpoint, like I think that's why we're able to like, I don't know, I get what you're saying, where it's like I can't relate to a father-daughter type dynamic. I just can't, you know.
Yeah, I can't either.
But yeah, but Ratchet and Clank, I feel like it's a lot easier to get a lot more people, like,
and they're like the world's greatest heroes. Like, bro, together, bro, someone who can control time, someone who's supposed to be like the controller of like the universe's clock,
so
with
cool.
one of the world's greatest fighters together.
So cool.
One's the muscle / brains, while the other's like complete brains and like tech from a technological like standpoint. Like, I don't know. It's the fire dynamic. For sure.
That, but like it's
Ratchet
not,
he's not dumb by any means. He's not dumb.
No. And on top of that, bro, like the people in the world.
It's crazy because like Clank, he's so smart that he's stupid sometimes. But Ratchet's so like, I feel like Ratchet has more of the common sense. Over Clank. Clank, he lacks common sense.
Really?
He's smart as hell, but he lacks common sense, bro. He lacks a lot of common sense.
I can see
like,
that.
He's really
like,
oblivious to things, and like he just.
Yeah, like
Ratchet has all the common sense in the world. Clank doesn't have any common sense.
Yeah, where like Clank is like the brains, right? But Ratchet's like street smart.
Yes.
Yeah. So like them together, it's like all smart. You know.
Yes.
And like what I'll say to prove your point as well is that like even in the universe, right? Like even in the game, we hear in Ripped Apart in that gameplay that we saw, you know, somebody yells, "Oh, thank God, Ratchet and Clank are here." Like the people in the universe know that Ratchet and Clank can handle shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's cool.
They've saved so many galaxies. Like
yeah, it's so fucking cool, man. So cool.
New game, new galaxy.
Definitely.
Going crazy.
Definitely. Yeah, I you know, obviously first played the games over the course of November through March.
Be like,
sorry,
Ratchet go far from the sector to the stars. You know what I'm saying? Boy, go crazy. I keep being Ratchet like Clank. You know what I'm saying?
I fucking feel you, dog. I feel you, dog. Just like, I love Ratchet. I love Ratchet as a protagonist. Like, he's great. And like my own, like, one of my biggest regrets in life is like just somehow not playing this series as a kid, because like I feel like I would have loved Ratchet and Clank growing up. You know,
you would have loved it.
Yeah, like I love them now.
But I feel like I need to put my
out.
respect on Jack and Daxter, because I really don't have like any Jack and Daxter like memories. Never really played it much. I beat the first game, played half the second, but that was like, I gotta really go back and really play those games again.
Yeah, I played Daxter on my PSP, but that's it.
Spin-off game.
yeah, spin-off game. Yeah, I will be doing a stream series about Jack and Daxter for sure. Like that's happening. But yeah, no, like I just, and like I think it's just the sheer amount of games that you have with Ratchet and Clank where they just grew that relationship so much over the course of the games, you know.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's great. You know, it's great. But yeah, I mean, I guess any last closing bits on our boy Ratchet, you know?
But I think that's all I got to say, really.
Shout out to the homie. He has fire armor as well, of course, a dope ass arsenal. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that.
What's your favorite armor set before we did? No, actually, nah. No. New question. Have you ever used a Rhino before? Any Rhinos?
No.
You missed out, man. I've used like every Rhino in existence.
Yeah, I never used the Rhino. I never did.
Rhino is insane. Rip you a new one for real, bro. If you had the Rhino is just amazing.
Yeah, I think I got close in one of the games to getting it. I forget which one, but at some point I'll go back and get a Rhino for sure.
And they're all like, or the thing about the Rhino is the strongest weapon in the game, but each game has their own unique Rhino. They have Rhino, Rhino 2, Rhino 3, Rhino 4, like Rhinos are lit.
Does it like go with the games? Like the first one's in the first one, second one's in the second one? Okay.
Yeah, Rhino 2's in the second game, Rhino 3's in the third game, Rhino 4's in the deadlocked. Like each game has a Rhino.
Hell yeah. I wonder what the Rhino is in Rift Apart.
That's what I'm really interested in seeing, how the Rhino plays, because the Rhino Crack of Time was like, you know, that song was like like the orchestra.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Whenever you're shooting the Rhino, it plays that music. It's like missiles and fireworks and everything's blowing up, and it's just like insane.
Oh,
and then,
really?
Like, yeah, the Rhinos are crazy. Like the Rhino in like Up Your Arsenal, you press it one time, the whole screen flashes white. It comes back, everybody's dead. Like, bro, it's crazy.
Damn. Okay, so it's not like the same weapon. Like they really change it up.
They
like
change
how it
it
works.
every game. Like it's called the Rhino, but it's the strongest weapon in the universe. But there's a new iteration.
Right.
Every game.
Right. That's cool. Well, any last things to say about our boy Ratchet before we head out for episode 2? Next week we'll do Clank. You know, we'll definitely give him some love because I got a lot of things to say about Clank. I like Clank a lot. You know.
Yeah.
But
I think that's all for me.
Yeah, man. I mean, shout out to Ratchet, the best Lombax, obviously, until proven wrong, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But of course, Tajay, where can the people find you?
You can find me over on youtube.com/Tajay. Find me on Twitter, Tajay Moment, and on Instagram @Tajay Moment.
Hell yeah. Beautiful. And of course, this has been Road to Rift Apart, episode 2, the weekly podcast dedicated to any and all things Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, from news, lore, reactions, and upon release, our review, along with a spoiler cast to end off the whole series. You can catch the show here on youtube.com/Blazing Swords, as well as podcast services like Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, etc. via our anchor link down below in the description. Like the video and/or rate the podcast to help us get seen by more viewers, so we can grow the PSS family. Down below, you can let us know what you like or dislike about the show and connect with us further on Twitter and Discord in the description. If you're feeling generous, feel free to hit that join button to become a member of the channel with that $1 Prince tier like Tapiwa Musa and Arachne, and our $5 King tier members just like Caleb Kaiser, SideQuest Sean, Stadia Vet Gaming, and the homie Owen. Much love to Owen. Of course, you can catch the stream series throughout the week if you missed it. We're streaming Resistance, Metal Gear Solid 4, and we're going to be starting Resistance 2 here in a little bit, as well as, of course, you can expect Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart stream series. I will be streaming my entire first playthrough up on the channel. It's going to be great. It's going to be a fun time. And yeah, that's about it, guys. Thank you all for watching. And as always, greatness awaits.